Joy.
Welcome to Pio Thoughts. Today I have
Ashley.
And this is our second time recording. Hopefully you like the first one. Hopefully you like the recordings. It's nothing different, so if you guys want to keep listening to me, you guys can. But now I'm on YouTube, and you guys can see me as well. Now we have a list of things to talk about. First one, should I tell them what I put, or should I just go into it?
No, just go.
Just go into it. All right. So this is a little bit of motivational. Like last podcast, I talked about how you should work out, or not work out. I talked about working out, but it was kind of don't give up. If you're passionate about something, keep going with it. That's what I'm doing with the podcast.
Be healthy.
Yeah, my hands are so dry.
My hands look really big on camera. Look, it looks the size of my head.
And you have a big head.
I know.
But yeah, your soap, actually, I just want to say your soap doesn't have the aloe vera.
Aloe vera? What'd you call that?
Aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
Aloe vera. That's the thing that puts the oil. It's kind of when you put the Dove or the Aveeno. No, the Dove soap.
It's a moisturizer.
It's a moisturizer. That's a good soap.
Yeah.
But yours is just dry. It's like the dollar store soap. It smells good.
No, it's not. It's Bath and Body Works.
It smells good. Smell my hand.
I know. I think it's fall scented.
It smells really
Whatever
good.
fall is supposed to smell like.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, also, fall's done. I think
apparently.
we already talked about fall. Oh, actually, it wasn't even. It was before Halloween. When did we do the podcast last?
Before your party.
Yes, but didn't I make another recording afterwards? I think I did. Well, Halloween is over, and now we're getting to the Christmas season, which means that Starbucks is starting to make Christmas flavored, and not Christmas flavored, Christmas scented, Christmas.
Those are so gross.
Why are they gross?
I don't know. It might not just be Starbucks, but when I was younger, my sister and we went to McDonald's and we were going to get a peppermint hot chocolate. In reality, though, we ordered the wrong thing. We got a peppermint mocha, which was coffee. And it was the grossest thing I've ever consumed. One of the grossest
You didn't go to
things.
Starbucks.
No.
But you're saying ew to Starbucks.
Yes, I'm assuming they're all the same.
Oh, wow. So you're being Starbucksist?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, right now, my first thing is basically I learned not to be pissed at the little things and to just be happy. I wrote this a while ago, so I forgot what I meant by this. What did I mean by this when I said
You were
this?
happy about something.
Don't be pissed about. Oh yeah, so I get angry about a lot. I get annoyed about a lot of things. I'll be like, oh, this person did this. I did that. Remember that grader that I didn't like and everything. I met with her afterwards. She's not a bad person. As much as Ashley said she's terrible, she's not that bad of a person. I kind of like
going
her.
with that?
Yeah, and yeah, I talked to. I mean, she's still strict, but she's not a bad person. I might have exaggerated the way I talked about her just a little bit. And
A little bit, right? A little bit?
all right, that's enough. So and so yeah, I talked to her actually at one point. So when you create programs and stuff, and they want you to do all these things A through Z, well, they need the program to be actually worked. So if, let's say, your entire program is not working because H is not working, well, they tell you just comment it, it's there, but it's not affecting the code. You kind of just put it to the side so that the whole program can work and you get the credit for everything else. Well, I ended up, this part in the code did not work, so I commented it out, and I was like, okay, I'll get the points for everything else. That same lady, she gave me 100, and she was like, yeah, that code you commented out, I used it, and it works. You should have left it in there. So she's like, yeah, I gave you 100. I'm like, wow, that's, yeah, I don't know. So there's that. So she's a really nice lady. I liked her from the start. And that's...
From the start,
Oh, yeah, from the start. And so
Sure.
I just don't want to be pissed about the little things, because the little things can really ruin things. A lot of good things have been happening. Should I talk about my sister getting pregnant? My sister's
What do you mean?
pregnant.
She's not pregnant. She had a kid.
Oh, wait.
She already had the kid.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
pregnant anymore.
Sorry, I messed up. The sister is not pregnant anymore. She was pregnant before she had the baby.
That's how that works.
Yeah, that's how that works. And so she has a baby now, and the baby's, doesn't do anything. I got to know it a little bit. She just doesn't really talk.
Got to know her.
Got to know her.
Just don't call it it.
Everyone gets mad at me because I call it on accident. I don't even try.
You call her it. Her.
I call her it. I call it it. I call that thing it. But yeah, I really like her. She's pretty cool. I mean, I can't wait till she can like crawl and like not just like eat out of bottles, because then I can just start feeding her random things. Like,
Okay, that you can't do that either.
why? You just like feed her a bunch of like Cheez-Its and stuff. Like,
No.
I was eating cashews and I was like,
They
if only I
usually-
can just eat.
No,
feed
they
this.
usually have like pureed baby food that they do right after you get off of like formula and stuff.
Oh yeah. How long do they eat? Like, when can they start eating like actual stuff?
The pureed stuff, I think you can start doing that like after like 6 months. I think it depends on the baby.
Yeah. 6
I don't
months.
know. I'm no doctor, so I'm not sure.
Wait, but she's not even eating any of that yet.
Yeah. She's not 6 months.
Oh, by 6 months she eats the baby food. I'm
Yeah,
saying
she'd
how
eat, like, the
long will
pureed
she?
stuff.
How long will she eat the baby food until I can start feeding her random stuff?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to feed her random stuff. That'd be
No,
fun.
you,
Yeah, like I just find like
even
a rock.
still, like little kids, you got to be careful.
I
'cause
find a
they'll
rock on
choke
the ground. I
stuff.
just give her a rock. I don't know. She just starts
That's
eating
great.
things.
Okay.
Oh,
Even like
yeah.
little kids, you can't just give them like Cheez-Its. I mean, even when they're like 2 or 3, you can't give them stuff they'll choke on. You know.
You're a professional. You know what you're doing.
You could say that.
But I'm actually really good at holding. I'm really good with babies. Like they're like the baby will cry and I'm just holding her and she just stops crying. I'm amazing at that. What I do. So there's that. I mean, like literally, what happened was like about 2 weeks ago, someone was one of our cousins was babysitting, and I come home late and everything, and I see the baby, and they're like, the baby's been crying the entire time. She does not stop crying and all this stuff. And then when I came into the room, she stops crying. She goes, how did she stop crying? And so I play with her, she's not crying, and I'm holding her, she's not crying, and then I hand her off to my cousin, and she starts crying, and then she hands me it back, she stops crying, and then I'm holding her for a while, she's like crying for so much, I'm upstairs, I come back downstairs, hold her, she stops crying, and she's done crying, she's been crying for like 10 minutes straight. As I give it to her, not only does she start crying, she just poops. Shit's right all
That
over.
might be why she was crying.
Because she pooped? Oh, no, because she had to poop.
Yes.
Well, once she gave it to her, she just pooped. Literally, once I gave it all, it was perfect timing on my part. Bad timing on hers. And so there was that. Another part was I was holding her, and then she farted, and I was like, oh, did she fart? And I was thinking she pooped. And I was like, oh, okay, it's in the diaper, so it's okay. But then it felt something wet. And my sister goes, it's okay. There's nothing. Trust me. And then she looks on the side. There's just a yellow wet stain on the bed. I told her, I actually looked at her.
You don't have to get that graphic with that.
I looked at the baby and I said, you should be ashamed for what you do.
Oh
This is what I'm thinking. You need to embarrass a baby. You have to let them know, hey, humiliate them. Go, hey, peeing and pooping is really weird. You need to stop
It's
what you're
just
doing.
weird when you're an adult.
Well,
you were the same way as a kid.
Yes, but we need to teach them. We need to look right when they're born. Go, hey, we need to laugh at her because you know what I did actually. The baby pooped, and I looked at her. I go, you pooped your pants. You should be embarrassed because what you did was weird. And then she looks at me. She starts crying. I'm like, yeah, there you go. She's embarrassed. Now she doesn't want to do it again. Well, I mean, she did it again, but like, if you learn, the baby's gonna be like, oh, I gotta poop, but I don't want them to laugh at me. I don't want to be called poopy
That's
head.
not what they think.
That's what they're thinking. You don't know what a baby's thinking. Neither do I. Well, maybe. I think like a baby. I like to eat and poop and then sleep and then eat again and then poop. I'm like a baby, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How are you?
Great.
Great. That's good. Talk.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, God. Okay. I do got to tell you something, though. This morning, all right, I had an exam today and everything, and I was stressed. I was like, oh, my God, I got to get to school. You know what happens? I am already stressed. I walk out to my car I always use. I put the key into the lock. I don't have a button to unlock my car. I have a key. I put it in. It doesn't work. It's not going all the way. Guess what? I find out there is ice inside of the lock. Cannot actually fit. And so, here, come over here. Is it better if we talk to each other, or is it better if we're like talking
No, face
to
this
them?
way.
Oh, talk to them?
Yes.
So basically,
No.
Okay. So here, come over here. Come there we go. So now I'm talking to both of you guys now. Now we're like a group, the three of us. Okay. and there was ice in the middle, so I could not actually. I was like jamming it in, and I was like, I could not do it. So then I went to my mom. Like, Mom, what do I do? She put really hot water into a spray bottle, and I sprayed it into the lock. That didn't help because it froze afterwards. So
I'm
then
surprised it froze so fast.
it froze really fast. Literally, when I sprayed it, water was dripping, and as it dripped, it froze already. That's how cold it is.
wow.
And guess what? It's the beginning of November, too. It's the beginning of November, so that's nice. And I froze it, and I was putting the key in, and I was trying. Guess what? I go to pull the key out. It's stuck, too. So now we have a key stuck into the lock, and that's nice. But I pulled it out as hard as I can. It worked. So thank goodness that at least worked. I tried to keep pushing it in. Did not work, but... yeah, so then I had to take my sister's car that she hasn't used in weeks. Literally, there's at least about, I would say, 2 feet of snow just on the car alone. And that's like on like the roof, 2 feet on the front, 2 feet on the back, 2 feet everywhere.
2 feet?
2 feet, no, to the point where I could not use a brush. I found a brush, I took a shovel, and you could literally
my God.
shovel it off. It was maybe a foot and a half. No, way more than a foot. I know for sure it was more than a foot.
Oh, wow.
For a fact, yes, because it was 1/4 of me, and so
1/4 of you?
correct. Now that was my update. Now, any updates with you?
School sucks,
You
but that's
suck
about
at
it.
this.
I
You-
know.
Come on, anything crazy?
I have nothing crazy. I don't... You should tell him we both got a job.
I wasn't sure if we were supposed to say that or not.
Why not?
Should we specify?
No. We both got a job we need for school. He got like an internship,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a job at a hospital near me.
Yeah.
So it's good.
So we shouldn't say the name.
Nah.
Because with the like the audience we have now, it might get a little dangerous. Because actually now I think we've only, what are we at, like 8 people now? Like that'll get crazy.
Okay.
I think we might have some people following us because we're getting famous.
Yeah.
So I just want to be careful with the security, So yeah.
No, we are on a roll this week. We're just kind of scared because we had 2 really good things happen to us. That means like, what kind of bad
Don't
thing
think like that.
is gonna come
No,
this way?
that's actually that leads to the first part. Don't be pissed at the Skittle things. Be happy. I misspelled little. And basically it's just be happy about it. So I realized this. Should you be really happy about this, or like is it bad because then you're bragging to yourself and being cocky and something bad's gonna happen? Or should you be grateful for what you have? It's like, when is it grateful and when are you boasting? And I realized you don't compare yourself with others. You don't go, oh, I have a job like this and someone doesn't. You don't do that. But you also have to appreciate that you do have this job, and you got to be happy about it. And you got to be thankful for what you have. Because if anything bad happens, if you have that mentality, you're never going to enjoy the happy thing. So you're not.
I'm enjoying it.
Yes, but you're not going to enjoy it as much if you're worried about what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? So if you get the lottery, but the entire time you're going, oh, something bad's going to happen after, you're not going to enjoy the lottery as much.
I wasn't saying it too much like that. I was just saying it's my luck.
Disagree with me. It's good advice. I sound smart. Disagree.
I agree.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Yes. And that's what I'm trying to say. Just try to be happy. And I'm actually trying to work on that too. I think I said I'm trying to read now. I haven't read in like a few weeks. It's when you pick up a habit and all of a sudden you get busy, you just stop that habit. Just like this podcast. But I'm trying to stay with it. Now, I'm going to talk about... I'm going to talk about not celebrities. Sorry, that's going to be later. I don't know if I said this, but I work at Home Depot. I met the nicest lady at Home Depot. She comes in and she goes, oh, hi, I need help. And I go, oh, and then she goes like, I don't know what screw to get. And then I show her the screw, and then she goes, and then I'm like, because the thing is with a screw, you need to know the length, you need to know the diameter, and you need to know the thread, which kind. So with a screw, just thread alone, not even size or diameter. You need to know you need to know if it's a standard, like American, or if it's metric. And if it's standard, you have to know if it's coarse or if it's fine threaded, because they're different. People come in and go, I need a screw. And I go, okay. Literally, there was someone who came in, I need a screw. And I'm like, okay. They're like, it's going on a TV mount. Like, it's to mount the TV to the wall. Okay, what's the size? They're like, what size is it for a TV mount? I'm like, multiple sizes. Excuse me. I burped and then it got stuck in my throat.
Okay, you don't need to elaborate. Just go
okay.
on like it didn't happen.
And so, yeah, they're just like a screw for a T. I'm like, you can't do that. Like, it's like trying to solve a math problem with no numbers. Like, you got to give me something to work with. And so I'm telling them, like, you need to know. And I was overwhelming them. I was like, what's the length? They're like, oh, I'm not sure. What's the diameter? I'm not sure what the diameter. What thread count is it? And like, thread. What's a thread? I'm like, oh God, you need to know this kind of stuff because you can't use the same thread for something like metric, which actually I'm not sure why they use different. I don't know why they use different thread. I just know that they do use different threads. But yeah, so I'm like talking to them and they just don't know. But this old lady, she goes, oh, can you help me? And I go, oh, of course I can help you. Don't worry. And then like she goes, I'm gonna have to call my sister or no, my daughter because she's like I asked her a question she didn't know, and then she goes like. She's asking her daughter, she goes, what's the length and what's the diameter? And then she hangs up and then like I asked her, what about this? She goes, oh, I don't know that either. And then she calls again and then she's like asking the daughter and then I'm like, don't forget to tell her this. She goes, oh, thank you. Do you know this one? And then I help her and she's just so nice. And then as she's like, thank you so much, and I go, oh, you're welcome. And then she's walking away and she looks back, she goes, thank you again. I was like, oh,
that's cute.
And she had like a bump on her face, which I was like, what happened? Like an old lady who's very nice has a bump on her face? No.
Maybe she's in like a gang.
It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
She could be. You don't know her.
Maybe that's why she's looking for screws. You never know.
Yeah.
Aw. Old ladies are nice. I want to marry an old lady. That'd be nice. And then we can just knit together. We can make cookies together. Oh. We just give each other a okay.
Let's move on.
Now, celebrities. Now, this is going to be kind of a hot take. I think there'll be people who are here. Ow, ow, okay, there we go. So I think there's this people will argue and they'll be like, not argue. Sorry, people complain. They go, oh, I want the body like The Rock. They like, I want to be as muscular as The Rock. And you have to realize. That's really, you can try, but that's really hard. The reason why The Rock looks like that, people go, whoa, how is The Rock so big? It's because that's his job. Now, he's a businessman, he's this and he's this, but literally his job, one of the biggest things is him being huge. That's how he gets his acting roles. That's how he gets his, like, movie and stuff. He looks like that's his part. If he was skinny, he would not nearly be as famous because he plays that strong, badass actor. And so without that, he needs it. Like Zac Efron, he needs to be shredded because he plays in those movies. So that's their full-time career. It's just this podcast. I even go and I go, oh my God, I'm not as good as these people who do podcasts, or they have it much better together because this is not my full-time job. This is a hobby that I'm doing. While those people, that could be their full-time job. People like Joe Rogan, that's their full-time job. This is what, I don't know if it's their full-time job, but they definitely do it like a lot.
This is their living.
This is their living. This is not my living. You know, if it was to be my living, that would be awesome. But like, that's just what I'm doing right now, so it's not as good. So like, what was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, like we have, like let's say like a regular adult, they have a full-time job, 40 hours, and then you want to look like The Rock. The Rock goes to the gym like let's say like 3 times a day, every single day, or maybe like 6 times a week. And then he eats like all these times. Can you do that with an 8-hour shift? You really can't unless you have like a really flexible job. You're not gonna be able to do that. And so like that's why I think it's easier for celebrities to be in shape and to lose weight and get into shape for their movies than regular people because they can actually commit their entire life to that. And plus their job is on the line, plus they have the money for trainers and promotions, and that stress, like if I don't do this, my career is going to be on the line. Versus let's say like you want to get into like, let's say like you want to get like into muscle. I don't know why I was thinking of you being a bodybuilder for some reason. Let's say you want to be a bodybuilder. Okay, well, you're going to be trying to be a bodybuilder by this huge diet, by all this training and lifting. Oh, but again, you work and you have a job and you have a family and you know like it's just too hard. You can't do. Maybe you can manage, but it's so much harder, and that's why a lot of people they like always say I want to be like these celebrities. Why do they look so good? Because that's their job. You maybe ask those celebrities like, are they as good as coding as me? If I was a full-time coder for many years, probably not, because that's what it's the equivalent to those people looking at me and going, why am I not this good at coding? That's because this is my full-time, this is how I make my living, sort of thing. There are people who just lift for a living. Like when I say lift, I mean like, lifting sod or the construction. They are big, strong guys because that's what they have to do. If they are not strong, they cannot do their job properly. And so what do you think? What is your opinion on this?
I mean, I think that's right. I mean, that's everything they have. That's all they know. That's all they gotta do. You don't have to worry about balancing other aspects of your life with that. I hear it goes the same way. Like, I actually heard this one thing about, y'all know, like, Melissa McCarthy. She's actually not allowed to lose weight or to lose past a certain amount of weight just because that's her, where she makes her living is off her, like, character, persona, look, right? So she's actually not allowed to lose, it's more than, like, a certain amount of pounds just because otherwise she'll lose, like, she doesn't fit her role, so to speak,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy how, yeah, I didn't think about that actually. There are people who need to be fat. That's their role. I remember that one guy from Parks and Rec. You know him? I forgot his name.
Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt. Oh, cutie. And
I don't even think he's a cutie.
Really?
Really?
But his personality really shines through.
Okay, keep going.
Sorry. So, like, he was not in the best shape. I don't know if he needed to be in the best shape for Parks and Rec, but then all of a sudden when he wants to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, they're like, you need to get into shape. Well, okay, this guy is like, hey, Marvel's going to be like, hey, we're going to give you the trainers if you need it. We're going to give you the dietitians. We're going to give you the food plans. We're going to give you gym to work out at. You need to do this. He's going to get into shape. Trust me, because that's what he needs to do. That's his job. Other than that, he's going to lose all these other things. While us, you don't need to lift. I can be overweight and do my job just fine. I'm doing it for my personal preference. If I'm lifting 3 times a day or I'm not lifting at all, it's not going to affect my job unless I get like a stroke mid-job work, like mid-work. That's what I think. You have any more things to add?
Not about that, no.
Okay.
I just think it just kind of sucks because they usually gotta fit probably like a certain profile.
Exactly.
Do that make it hard?
Now, another thing, being naked. Now, this is an argument that I think.
Oh god.
Why do I have to get in trouble for being naked in public? Why? Why? Think about it. It sounds crazy, but isn't this our natural body? Isn't like literally when we're born we are naked? Like that's like saying, oh, that baby that just came out of the out of birth, you need to arrest that baby because they're naked. No, that's how they came out. They're naked. Well, why did you have to put clothes on it? Think about it. Like, no, I get it. Society-wise, it's weird, but think about it. When someone first brought up clothes, hey guys, I know we're all naked. This is natural, but hey, let's put stuff on that's not natural and cover up our natural body.
There's probably other uses for probably like sun protection,
That's
keeping
true.
warm.
That's true, but I don't think you should get in trouble for that. You should not get in trouble for that.
I don't know. I think it's just since
You can call me dumb.
Since society has always been like that, if you just decided that now, it is wrong.
It is weird. Yes, you could say, oh, that's embarrassing. That's weird. Okay, but the fact that you can get arrested, I'm going to get in trouble and like physically arrested because of what society thinks is wrong.
Well, yes, you will be the only one like that.
Just because you're the only one, that just means that I'm not the sheep. I'm not the flock of sheep. Is it a flock of sheep or is it
What are you talking about?
a herd of sheep? Or I don't know. Something. Is this the whole? I think this is my whole argument. That was it. Nothing else. Like people were talking about how like breastfeeding and like people have problems with breastfeeding in public. I don't think that's bad, especially when like people are trying to cover it. I'm like, it's natural. Just like being naked is natural. Like I don't know. Like that's like seeing a dog. Dog is not putting clothes on. They put clothes on dogs.
For fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into this argument because I actually agreed. I'm like, yeah, I like putting clothes on dogs, and I was about to argue. See, I don't choose a side when I start arguing. I just start arguing.
You figured out halfway through what side you're going to be on?
Yeah, and I'll even argue both sides. Now, the other thing, oh shoot, it was on the phone. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, Christmas is coming too early. Now, this is something I want to talk about. This is my complaining time. And it is, Now we're gonna have to wrap this up a little bit, so this is gonna be a little bit shorter podcast. I'll be done in a little over 10 minutes. I think would be okay. I'll come to school. I'll go to class late because I got class later. Okay, Christmas is coming too early. Now here's the thing that I want to talk about. I love Christmas. I actually like Christmas more than Halloween. I think I said that right. Christmas is right here. Halloween is right here. Like it's right here. Okay, it's right underneath. This is my opinion. Don't disagree with my opinion.
I am disagreeing with your opinion.
Now, here's the thing, though. I want to talk about is the fact that... What was the other thing I wanted to show? There was something I wanted to... there was this. Really quick, I just want to see... I took a picture of it, actually.
That's not your phone.
Oh, this is the picture. I was looking for the list. Never mind. Okay, this is actually the last thing we got to talk about on the podcast. Now, I love Christmas. Absolutely love it. Okay? Favorite holiday. But it needs to respect itself. It needs to respect the other people. Halloween is almost 2 months away, and we're celebrating it? No. The Christmas radio, I heard, comes out like the day of Halloween. It came out the day after this year, but I heard it used to be earlier.
They used to do it because I remember I'd go trick-or-treating, and they would play Christmas music. Like, we'd be in the car on our way home, and they would be playing Christmas music.
That's dumb. You don't do that. That's disrespectful. You know what that's like? This is exactly what it's like. Imagine a grandma dies and you go to their grandma's funeral and then you're going, come on, bro. When are we going to that party tonight? You can go to the party, but you're going to wait your turn. Right now you're at a funeral. You respect the service, okay?
Touchy subject?
It is a touchy subject. This is Halloween. You don't do... You know what it's like? You know what it's like, okay? Imagine it's Christmas time and all of a sudden I start playing Halloween music. Everyone's going to be like, what the heck are you doing? Turn that off. Why? It's just like being naked, you know?
Because Christmas is better.
Society is Christmas, and I am Halloween. When I show myself in their environment, I am shamed and I am disrespected. But when they show their light through mine, when they are clothed in my naked world, that's okay. That's okay.
Christmas is better.
Christmas is better, but it needs to respect others.
I don't know. I like it just trashing on everything.
Okay, I don't like you. Okay, so... I just want to say, you can celebrate Christmas the day after even. That's crazy, but you can celebrate literally the day after. But emphasis on the day after. Don't celebrate it the day of, which a lot of people do that. A lot of people go, okay, let's start listening to Christmas music Halloween day. No. You're going to be listening to Spooky Scary Skeletons. You're going to be listening to the Ghostbusters, which Halloween music sucks, to be honest. I hate it. Other than the Monster Mash and the Nightmare Before Christmas. Other than that, they all suck. Like the Spooky Scary Skeletons, that's okay. And then I hate the what's that other one?
Thriller.
Oh, I hate Thriller. Thriller sucks. And what was the other one? I just said it. Not Spooky Scary Skeletons, but Ghostbusters. I don't like the Ghostbusters theme. I don't know. I just think it's kind of dumb. But like, it's just respect it. That's all I'm saying. Respect it, because that is like. You can wait your turn, okay? Because you have all of November. And also, a lot of people argue that you're trashing over Thanksgiving because you're going, you know, like, you're doing all this Christmas stuff and, like, decorating for Christmas. Hey, but isn't Thanksgiving, like, tomorrow? And we're, like, already put the Christmas tree up and we already did all this stuff. You got to respect Thanksgiving. It's where the Indians and the Pilgrims came in, I think.
Native Americans?
Native Americans and the Pilgrims. Yeah, so I don't know. What else did I want to talk about? Like, at Home Depot, it's Halloween, okay? I mean, sorry, not Halloween. It's like 2 weeks before Halloween. Guess what? October, mid-October. There's Christmas trees all up. Christmas decorations already. I'm like, excuse me? Let's put that up in November. Because, hey, Christmas is December 25th. Now, it's not December 1st. It's not like we're doing it in November because December, the first day is Christmas. No. December 25th. It is literally like almost the last... It's the end of Christmas. It's the
last week of December.
Last week of December. Let's wait until the beginning of December to start decorating and stuff. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think wait till maybe a little bit before Thanksgiving.
When's Thanksgiving? Doesn't it like...
It's always the last Thursday in November, I think.
Last Thursday?
So I would say like We don't usually put our Christmas tree up until after Thanksgiving. We make that a rule at least.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll listen to Christmas music stuff beforehand.
Oh, like you don't do it before Thanksgiving?
No, Christmas tree, we always put it up like over Thanksgiving break. We'll do it like that weekend after.
Oh, and when I say about picking sides, we do our Christmas trees right before Thanksgiving. We don't really care too much. I'm just saying, I give arguments. It doesn't mean I support the arguments. You know, like I could be talking Republican, everything hardcore Republican, and I'll be like, oh, I don't agree with this. Or I can be liberal, and I'll just argue. It depends who the other person is. So if the other person's probably Republican, there's a good chance if I really want to piss them off, I'm going to be so liberal. If they're liberal, I'm going to be so Republican. They're like, you're a Republican? I'm like, no, I'm not. Liberal? No. What are you? I just want to piss you off. That's what I am. I'm a smart ass. And what was the other thing I wanted to complain about? Oh, yeah. Now with Halloween, I want to talk about now I remember. When you said it's like the third Thursday, we should do it for Halloween. I honestly think this October 31st is not really that big. It's not like December 25th. So I think we need to make it like the last Saturday or the last Friday because like you don't get the day off, which I think you should, and I have a whole argument for that. Excuse me. I have a whole argument for that once we have like more time. Actually, maybe next year. If I'm still doing this, I can talk about it later. But I have a whole argument of why it should be having its own day off when we have things like Labor Day, which I don't know if you have your own day off for Labor Day.
Labor Day's off.
It's off. Okay, trees get a day. Actually, I love trees. And Christmas gets a day. Okay, that's cool. And Thanksgiving gets a whole like weekend. Okay, but Halloween doesn't even get one night. That's cool. Whatever. Cool. Whatever. I don't care. But I think like the holiday is for kids to go out at night. Okay, well if it's a Thursday night, how are they going to go out? How is it possible? They have an exam. A lot of people like to give exams the next day, which you're basically ruining a Halloween. Thanks, teachers. You just ruined a whole holiday. There have been people who fought for rights. They fought for their holiday rights for Halloween.
No, they haven't.
Just like civil rights, it's Halloween rights. I'm so dumb.
It is not.
Everything I say is dumb.
Thing.
I do think it should be like the last Friday or last Saturday because like that'll help kids to like go out to Halloween parties, go out. They don't have to go, do I have to go the night before or do I have to go the night after? Like, no, it's literally always on a weekend. I think that's my other thing. The other argument I want to say really quick is the fact is trunk or treat. There are a lot of people.
What?
I farted. Okay, we're finishing this up. Well, basically, I want to complain about trunk or treat. I don't agree with trunk or treat. I think that kids should be going out places like the traditional Halloween. Okay, cool, kids can die. Cool. Listen, if a kid gets tricked and is able to get kidnapped or is able to get poisoned himself, that kid is not going to make it in life, okay? We're just weeding out the little kids. We're just weeding out the weak kids. The strong kids are always going to survive in Halloween, and that's what Halloween is for. Halloween is for the strong, okay?
If some parent hears this, they're going to just be right after you.
If anyone hears this, I'm going to be happy, okay? No one hears this. And that was everything on my list that I want to talk about. I did want to talk about my dreams, but, I mean, I've had some crazy dreams, but I can talk about that later. This was another episode of, I was about to say Halloween Town. This is another episode of PO Thoughts. Hopefully, if I can do this more consistently, we're going to be talking about Christmas. There's a lot better things we're going to do in Christmas. Another thing I want to talk about really quick is my update. I'm thinking about the SoundCloud thing and everything, like where I should upload. I might be more YouTube oriented. I'm going to stay with the highlights, and I'm going to stay with the full episodes. I am thinking also to just stay on that channel and post random videos. So like, let's say me and Ashley, we just do a bracket. We're just going to have that bracket there. Or if we just not even do a podcast, like we'll do a video. Let's just say we did musical chairs or we played a board game or something. Has nothing to do with the board. It has nothing to do with the podcast. We'll just put that on there as its own separate video and we'll just post it on there. And we're going to keep you guys posted on my Instagram as well as I have my Facebook page, but I don't know if I'll update it. I'm going to make sure I'll do that. And so that's my update for everything. This was PO Thoughts. We're going to talk about Christmas a lot later as more podcasts go on, hopefully, and I can keep this up more frequently. Ashley, did you have fun today being recorded?
So much fun.
If you don't... All right. I'll see you guys later in the next one. Bye. Shoot.